feel a tremendous responsibility, a tremendous pride in your country, in the role you're playing. And when I was asked to represent our country in Japan, it was beyond my comprehension because of the importance of the relationship, and as we talked about, because of the role that Japanese Americans and Japanese culture and everything played in my life growing up. And it was incredible. And throughout my entire time there, I felt a tremendous sense of responsibility to be the steward of the relationship. And that 4 years went by so quickly for me and for my family, but it created a lifetime connection. I think the U.S.-Japan relationship is so critically important. And, if you go back in history, one of the things when I became ambassador to Japan that early on I really began to admire was how two countries that could have been such bitter enemies in World War II could become such close friends and allies. And Japan is our most important ally in the Asia-Pacific region. But the depth of the relationship, to me, in coming into that position, what I saw is so much more impressive and deeper than I ever expected. And I think that first and foremost is the connection between our two countries. The security relationship between our two countries and the alliance we have is critically important. Some have challenged and said, post-World War II, is it really, post-Cold War, is it really as important as it used to be? Yes, it absolutely is. And I think it will be increasingly more important given the situation in the world right now. The economic relationship is very, very deep. And I believe that there are incredible opportunities. And one of the things we're doing here in Silicon Valley is trying to build the bridge between our two countries, which is already deep in the area of innovation, but continue to deepen that. So the people-to-people connections, the economic connections, the security relationship are critically important, and in my view, becoming even more important. I'm not worried about our security relationship. I'm not worried about our economic relationship. Those will continue to deepen. The one thing that I worry about is the fact that our young people are not spending enough time together, that there aren't enough Japanese students studying here in this country, and there aren't enough American students studying in Japan, because it gets back to the people-to-people connections. And there is no better way or important way of learning about the culture and appreciating the culture of another country than to live in that country and experience it for yourself. I made a point to travel all over Japan. I went to all 47 of the prefectures, and whenever I went anywhere, I would ask if I could speak at either college or a high school or both, to connect with young people, because ultimately they are the ones that are the stewards and have the responsibility for the future of the relationship. The Tomodachi initiative, obviously that's something I'm very proud of. That grew out of the earthquake, tsunami, and nuclear crisis. And the genesis of that was the mayor of one of the cities that got wiped out by the tsunami, Rikuzen Takata. When I asked him what could the United States do to help after the initial crisis had subsided, And it was interesting. He said, give hope to the young people of this area, of Rikuzen, Takata, and Nova Japan. And out of that, we created this program that connected the young people of Japan to here and vice versa. And all of these different programs, in a very small way, build and strengthen the foundation of the relationship. So each one of them, you might look at and say, well, that's a nice program. But when you add all of that together, that's the power of soft power. And we got to continue to build on that.